Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ununtlantla and some of you guys might know me as Prudence. If you are new to this channel, please do consider subscribing because I love having you here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love and support. I really appreciate you. Does this look like a heart? Yes, it does. Alright, so firstly, I would like to apologize. So my last video was a vlog where I was going to New York City. I didn't get comments under the video, but I did get like messages, like text messages, Instagram, people saying, "Oh girl, half of the time your camera was facing down, we couldn't even see," like, you know. And I want to apologize for that, guys. I'm so sorry. I was like stressed out about where I'm going, how to stop a cab. I was stressed out about, like, I think my mind was still in South Africa. I was like, I am traveling about my 80. Are there people even in the streets? Until I got to the city and I'm like, oh, it's like a whole different world here. There are people, you know. Like, I was just like in my mind a lot. And if you know me personally, you know that I overthink, and that's exactly what I was doing on that day. So I'm so sorry. I promise you, next vlogs are gonna be different. I'm not gonna be filming the floor. I'm actually gonna be showing you guys what I'm seeing in front of me. Apologies. Okay, so today's video, it's just like a story time. Nothing hectic, ne? Nothing hectic like how I got married or how I got engaged when I was young, what. No, nothing hectic like that, no. It's just like how I was thinking about this this past week, like how do I explain this? Like the most embarrassing moment that I've had in high school. That was so embarrassing even thinking about it. But lucky for me, it wasn't in front of the whole school, but it was kind of like around people that I had to spend the whole year with in the first period of school. Like so my school, we had the very first period, like register period, where they mark the register of like who's in school, who's not in school, and all of that. So I had to spend my register with those people for the whole year. So yeah, the first few weeks I was just like, oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys a story time about that. So this happened in I think it was in grade 10. Yes, I was in grade 10. So I think I was in grade 10 going to grade 11. Yes. So this was, I think we were first, yeah, it was in grade 10. We had just gotten elected. So elected as RCLs, ne? So RCL stands for Representative Council for Learners, ne? You know, if you're from South Africa, those ones that are not really liked, well, some are not liked, some are liked. I was part of the people that were not liked, like the RCL that was not liked, because apparently I took my job too serious, you know. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. But like I took the role, hey, too serious, you know. So like I was that RCL, like like you wouldn't rely on me to let you get away with bad things. No, because no, like I was not, like, you couldn't trust me. Like, no, I wouldn't even advise anybody like back then to tell me things like, oh, I have this and this and this, can you go up? Like, for example, like if we had like events at school, some people would bring alcohol and shit like that. I wasn't the person you could ask to help you to bring it up, because like I was gonna get you in trouble, you know. So I honestly don't know why I was like that, ne? But I think it's just my personality. Like, this is that I just like following rules, like straight up following rules. Like, I don't know why. Like, that's just who I am, you know. Even just in as a kid, like that is who I am. Like, I don't know, maybe some of us are born snitches. Guys, I don't know what it is. We were just elected, so at first we were like shadowing the current RCLs. They were showing us around how we do things, our duties and responsibilities and all of that. So it came a point where now the ones that are in matric, they're not RCLs anymore, they're preparing for exams. So then there was us, the grade 10s and the 11s. The grade 11s were going to be grade 12 next year, and we were going to be grade 11 the following year, right? So we had our first meeting together as the newly elected, you know, and we were talking about, and then I think they had also announced the big six. Yes, the big six was like the ones that were like the committee that was kind of leading us as the RCLs. So we had like a treasurer, we had the president, like a head boy, head girl, yeah, I can't remember the others, but there were 6 of them, ne? So they were kind of like, you know, talking about like, we were kind of like, it was like a setting where we were talking about like how we're going to do things moving forward differently and all of that, you know? So it was good, it was fine, people were coming in front talking, and it was good. Then there were some of the matrics from that year that were in the meeting, just kind of like to oversee things and then like kind of guide us. And we had a teacher with us there, you know, the one who was in charge of RCLs, Miss Senegal. I love her to bits. So that day there was this girl there. So if you know me personally, like, you know, I'm a very confident person. Like, I don't mind standing in front of a crowd and say my opinion, you know, like I'm confident like that. Like, ang sabi abantu, ang sabi amehlo abantu, like I will talk, you know. I was exactly like that in high school, ne? As much as you would never really find me, I wouldn't be in fights or quarrels or anything like that. But like, if I didn't like something, I would just say it, you know? Like, it was just straightforward like that. I'm still like that, ne? It's just that now it has a little bit of a growing up where I know when to shut up and not like voice out my opinion. Whereas back then, if I had something in my mind, I wanted you to know about it now. Okay, so now it's just more of, okay. And then if really I have to say something, I will. So this meeting, we were talking. So the big 6 would say something, and then if you like want to oppose that or you want to add to that, you would raise your hand, stand up and say something, right? So one of the big 6, I think she was in charge of like something to do like with like conduct or something like that. I don't remember very well. She was like me, straightforward. She would tell you where to get off and all of that. It was like I was like let's say 80% straightforward, opinionated and all of that, and she was like 120. I liked her. I still like her. I mean, I haven't spoken to her in years, but I liked her. I liked her a lot. I would look at her and be like, damn, girl, you know? But then that day, I don't know if I was like jealous or she rubbed me the wrong way or what happened. A girl stood up, addressed us, spoke. And then she, you know, sometimes though, she would say things that come off as rude. Like, she would voice out her opinion and say things, but like it's just like the way she would deliver it, man, it would just like stab you in the heart, you know? So she said something that day, and I'm not gonna say her name, but those who were there in that room know exactly what happened. I didn't like it. I raised my hand and the teacher was like, yes, Noni, do you want to say something? I was like, yes, ma'am, I don't like what so-and-so said. How could she? Like, when I tell you that my train of thought disappeared, because I was so, like, I was just so, you know, emotional about it. I was like pissed. I'm like, how could she, you know, why is she talking to us like that? Why is she not, you know? Guys, as I'm trying to like speak and like put my point across, did a girl not start crying? You know that moment when you're speaking and your voice starts cracking and you're like, what is happening? I did that in front of all the ECs. I was talking confidently, and then I don't know what happened. It went downhill, like it was going, and it went, and then I started crying. I started crying. Like, how could she? I'm like, oh my gosh. And then people turned, and I know it was very embarrassing. And I think days after that happened, some of the guys were making fun of me about it. Like, EC meeting was lit. People were crying because, like, honestly, my aim when I stood up was not to cry in front of everybody. It was just like I wanted to tell a girl Uguti, like, calm down. You don't gotta be mean and stuff like that, you know? Like, I get you're confident. I get, like, you're trying to, like, you know, fill in or jump into your new boots and kind of, like, put us in our place and stuff like that. But, like, there are different ways to do it. Like, guys, did I not? Yo, I was so embarrassed. Like, so embarrassed. Somebody's calling me. Let me hang up. But, like, I was so embarrassed. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, I think people moved on and they forgot about it, but it was still there in me. Like, I also think a lot of people would come and be like, yo, you have, like, changed a bit, like, you've toned down since this and this and this and this. Like, I remember, when I was in grade 11, they're like, oh, you've toned down, you know, you were, you know. But it wasn't because, like, I really toned down. It was a matter of, like, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed of, like, what happened that day. Like, and I just kind of made a note in my mind, Wooty, girl, just don't do too much, because you don't want people to remember, Wooty, like, you are a confident crybaby, you know. But that was so embarrassing. But I'm glad it didn't happen in front of the whole school, because, like I said in the beginning, I kind of took I let the RCL role get into my head. I can't believe I'm admitting that on camera. But, like, and you're probably wondering, like, how did you let it get to your head? Like, I wouldn't have, like, mercy on other kids. Like, if you're not wearing correctly, you know, I would be what they call a snitch, ne? I guess. If you show your phone. But, like, sometimes I would have a little bit of mercy, and then just other kids will just push you to the point of being snacks, man. Like, the one time we were in class, we were not allowed to, like, use our phones and all of that. Like, you could bring your phone to school, but you're not allowed to use it during school hours. And this boy, funny enough, we share the same name, he uses his phone, and I politely tell him, dude, put away your phone. Like, you know you're not supposed to use your phone in class. And it's like, yeah, like, he made some kind of comment. Ooh, did I not go marching with my blazer? Yeah, bro. He's using his phone, and it confiscated that phone. But, like, that is just the type of person I was. Like, I would tell on you. I can't believe I'm admitting. So I was glad that embarrassing moment of me crying, because people saw me as, like, I don't know if they took me as a mean girl, confident girl, or just an unbearable person to be around because, like, I followed rules too much. I don't know what people thought of me. This is just, like, my assumption. So I think it would be very embarrassing for people to know that, Ukiel, the one that, you know, we thought was, you know, she cries too, she has, you know. So I was, but, like, that was the most embarrassing day of my life. But, like, after that, I feel like me and no girl, like, we spoke it out in private, and she's like, no, I don't, like, mean in, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. Like, you know, we kind of spoke it out with the teacher, if I remember correctly, or the teacher spoke to me alone. I don't know, but, like, I know, like, we fixed the whole thing, we squashed it, and yeah, we were fine. It was a great year after that. Like, it wasn't bad, but yo, that was so embarrassing, guys. Like, yo, when they say your mind will embarrass you, that's what my mind did to me that day. But anyway, but either way, like, I had a great time in high school. It even, because, like, people are under the impression that, like, only those that were, like, naughty or doing other things had a great time in high school, and the rest of us, we were just going. No, I had a great time actually in high school. I actually, like, kind of do miss high school. Like, it was great, you know. Would I be a snitch again? Most definitely. I mean, I think it created like some kind of trust with like the teachers. My peers didn't trust me at all, but the teachers did. I mean, it didn't add anything to like my marks. It didn't add anything to my resume today. But like, I kind of feel like it helped me to grow up and be somebody who has like integrity. You know, good, yeah, good discipline. You know, I think it's not a bad thing. You know. But anyway, guys, this is just like a silly thing that I thought about, and I was like, hey, let me just share, because like we can't always be so serious, you know, on this channel, because I feel like this channel, hey, we talk about very deep things, but like there are sides of me where I'm just like chilled about life, I guess, you know, and I'm just not always like, you know, yeah. By the way, guys, I was thinking of starting a series called Cringy Talks, where I talk about like not this kind of topic specifically, but like more channel related topics, but that are more cringy, like people won't necessarily like go on camera and talk about them, you know. Starters, the struggles of being a young widow, and then also just kind of like the topic, like how do I explain it? I feel like young people who have gone through what I went through don't talk about it enough for others, you know, who are probably going through like the exact same thing or something similar. Because you know, guys, it's so hard, like losing a boyfriend, a husband, like it's not an easy thing to go through, and then like kind of like picking yourself up after that, it's also like the hardest thing. So I want to talk about those moments. Like there are times where I felt, I don't know, jealous is the right word to use, like you felt some type of way seeing like other couples, and you know, those kind of talks, you know. I want to like start making those videos, so if you guys are interested in hearing those cringy talks of my time, I think it's been like a year and a couple of months since like my husband passed, and a lot has been happening, like a lot. So if you want to hear those stories, please let me know, and then I will definitely share them, okay? And I'm not gonna like sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna say it as it is. So yeah, tell me if you guys are interested. But either way, guys, thank you so much for taking time to listen to this video until this point. Yeah, wow. You really, I'm kidding. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, because I really love having you guys here. I'll see you guys in my next upload. Have yourselves a good night, good day. I love you guys so much. Mwah.